Let's see if we can have another good victory for NA. Definitely a lot of fans with them, 65% in total for the social vote. Not too surprised by that one, but of course, fan vote doesn't always dictate the winner here, unfortunately. Let's see if MIBR can bring something special to the field.
Burning utility and just looking to apply some pressure, but Lukid, he's still going to be locked in at the top of the stairs. I think he might have actually just scooted his way back through into Cash. Oh, with a huge play at the top of the red stairs there. Finds an opener onto Lukid. Merc is downed in the meantime, but achieved. He manages to lock in a second, and this is looking good for TSM right now. They're able to pick Merc up, get him back onto 20 HP, and 1 minute 15 days. They've got all the time in the world. They've got a manpower advantage, and looks like it's advantage TSM here in round 3.
It's almost being taken down as well, but in a 5 versus 3, no panic for TSM here. Trade a couple of members if it means you get kills back onto the other side. I'm keeping a close eye on Falls with those smoke canisters in the back pocket though, seeing what he can do.
TSM giving a nice example of the south side.
Oh, what is that?
Why they're so dangerous, but they're alive, Tess. Somehow Achieved gets down, the second man on TSM to be downed but not killed. But it was good reactions out on that south side. We'll call it a balcony, the half rooftop, but it just showed the power that comes from those windows and why defenders stack up so much. Unprepared for that now, Redux. He will get the spray down as Chala moves in and manages to get himself at least something on the board for TSM. But this has been a much better roam from MIBR. Chala will just confirm that kill there. Lockers in to the 4v3, but Lukid and Redux this time have taken 2 and managed to burn 2 minutes, being the big difference here. Geo manages to find himself one onto Raps with a nice headshot, and that leaves us 3 versus 3, but with only 55 seconds left on the clock, Lukid, he can just play his game of dropping back down to site and keep himself fighting later into the round. Falls finds Bolo on the main stairs. TSM 45 seconds and a lot of work to do here. Charlotte, he knows that there's a man inside and finds the kill off the Z-ping, taking Lukid down out of the showers. 2 versus 2, 35 seconds left to go.
Oh man, well again it comes down to a spot where you'd argue TSM given Charla's push. Originally the flex support for TSM, let's not forget here, playing on the Ash, would be in a spot of a 3 versus 2, but in a 2 versus 2, you're looking towards those smokes, you're looking towards the air quotes, delay tactics they might be able to play with one in hand. Peeking out into the hallway may have been in the spot to make something happen onto Charla, but not quite the case. Geo picking up one. It's the 2 boys stacking into a 1 versus 2. Falls the last man left alive, but the question is, do they know where he is? He knows his plant's going down, he's got a challenge, sees the Ash, doesn't connect all the shots, and Charla wins it on the push round. Huge round for him, getting Redux on the top floor and then stepping into the man on the downstairs.
Really big round from TSM there.
Literal indeed, to the Danger Donut we go, and it is going to be a very exciting matchup. The fans, however, think it's going to be TSM to walk away with it. 74% of the votes had their way, while Space Station owned them. So we'll want to know whether or not it's going to be clear to move into the bar as Rampy already goes down. The drone right there spotted him out, and he will be recovered potentially, but Merc is already right on them, trying to put some pressure down.
Oh, that's teamwork, and that's trying to save Private Rampy now as he's holding on for the best of his ability, but Bolo is there to get a double of his own inside the kitchen from deep. There's just one more man lying down in the corner. They're well aware, and it's Merc who's going to be able to pull together. Bolo! From under to the top, luggage packed and sent home. Get out of here. This is a TSM round, and it's only one man trying to keep the cool vibes done, but no more of 4K.
Oh, that one went south real quickly for Space Station. A great first round to start it off with. A member gets down due to a drone.
People try and save him to make sure that they stay in contention for the round. You lose 3 people as a result.
Bolo traces the traces back to the origin. Takes down that kill and gets the final one onto. Know what needs to happen. They need to get deep into the corner to get that plan from going on. And are they going to make it happen? Are they going to make the run?
Well, this is where things might start to strike. You can see they are setting up and ready to go on that 3-2-1 mark. And here we go, spraying deep, and the canisters pop, allowing the man outside a shower to dig past. He's going to try and stick it in the meantime. The distractions are coming through. There is a bit of a pop, and there's a bit of a replacement behind the bomb chassis to offer the cover, but it doesn't protect you from that. The C4 from deep. Diffuser is picked back up with Geo getting a double. However, Fultz is going to try and stick it with the cover that's coming across. There's Rampy right down 90 to drop the one. He's going for the second behind the mirror window. Just one body left. There he is on the door, but they're able to hold on just in time.
Able to hold on indeed. There you see the C4s coming. It was a second kill actually on the diffuser planted that went down. Able to pick up the kills in the end. And there we have it around for TSM. It looked like it was going to be Space Station for a while right there, but the kill down onto the Melusi gets the kill down onto Achieved as well.
Now it's actually worth talking about the Ying here. Obviously, it's one of the first picks that we've seen coming through for her on this, and it's a great map. The same way that we talked about the E1D allowing such quick pace to the push, but here's 20 seconds, and there's still bodies loose, and there's the diffuser down. Bolo inside for the double, finds himself another one, and here it is only 10 seconds, but none of it is going to be spent alive by Bosco as TSM pull us back level.
Nice shots coming in right there. And the own thank you.
I feel like this is going to be a really good match, Parker. I'm excited, so we're going to go ahead and jump straight into it, not waste a second.
Not even a second. We were on camera for, I think, 3 to 4 seconds. I hope people weren't looking forward to seeing us in the flesh, because instead we're just going to get ready to go into a way. Interesting that it shows that it's fizzling away. You see that on the screen, almost as if it's been disabled by any.
That's the X-Kairos.
Oh, that is the X-Kairos. That's odd that it's clipping through. Anyway, don't want to get too bogged down with that because there's only 10 seconds left, so here comes the punishment. Can the Giants capitalize off of it? Well, for now, they have a numbers advantage, but it swings right back because guess who hasn't been moved from his spot? It's Bolo, doing Bolo things. If Bolo has 1 million fans, I am one of them. Well, Bolo has not 1 million kills, but he picks up a nice 3-piece to end the round because he couldn't be shaken off of his position. And that's 2 in a row for TSM.
Big round. That's despite these teams being teams that commonly play each other in the NAL. And it's even reflected in the community poll, as you can see.
50-50.
Yeah.
They have no idea.
Nobody knows.
The good news for us is that if we look at history,
Red ready to take into this top 4.
they're playing off of it with this lineup from TSM is used to deprive information of OXG, but to also hold on to it themselves. As you can see, we are very much back in the cut and thrust of the Mute and Mozzie meta, and well, add a Vigil to that mix and remove Vertical from it. Yaga will join him as well. The Commando from Geo finds its target, and down they go. Kino almost loses his life too, which would have left Laxing and Foxay to try and fend against it. You know he's up there! You know that Merc is up there, OXG. He just killed one of your teammates from that same spot, and there's just no communication here. Kino's good enough for one, but he gets collapsed upon. A 4K from Merc, who had a disappointing performance against Giants. He's already matched his tally from that particular game, and it's only been one round. Great start from him and for the rest of TSM.
So to fit just to get you guys all and gals all acquainted for like what's going on here, and everyone else actually too.
90. Now the good news is that doesn't matter where you're playing, because somebody who was over by those stairs, who was Bolo, gets punished by Foxay for it. There's another player from TSM in that line of sight, but against an R4C, you're gonna get smoked, and Merc is feeling one today. That's his 9th kill after that rehost came in. He's about to break double digits.
Merc activated, it seems, and TSM keep themselves in lockstep with Oxygen. This round still could go either way, but this is the best attack we've seen so far on this map, in my opinion. Chala going for the vault door plant. The C4s are missing. The coverage is great from TSM. Vertical and Kino have almost no chance now in this 2 versus 4 retake. 40 seconds for them to go for it. They need study control so they can go for the diffuser, but it's not even going to get to that point. TSM will shut down those players. And what a well-coordinated execution onto Aviator.
They get the plan down, and in the post, they cover all of the angles. Now, a big part of that is the original take onto Vault. You had one person from OXG sit in that position, but they know they can't rotate as freely as they want because they didn't have any intel as to whether somebody was over there, and if they did, it wasn't communicated effectively. The rest of TSM that here over OXG, but it has been close for all of these NA teams. And yeah, you're right. Surprisingly, Parabellum has been mighty close. But look at this, Achieved very close to being able to get into the site. They are punishing OXG. Foxay is dead, Yaga is dead, a nade thrown out from Achieved. Geo gets 1, Bolo gets 3, and that's it. The round is over. Just before it can even begin.
Map that has eluded us for a little while. Social vote, 72% favoring team.
It'd be tricky for Bolo to deny, but if he swings at the right time, he might be able to. Instead, though, some good flashes in response from Parabellum will make that a tricky task. They will also clear out any ADS devices, potentially covering that shield. Bolo knows that. He falls back, and Parabellum are now starting to get a little bit of a grip on this objective.
Yeah, shield gone, so probably just going to hold in sight now. Not worth really trying to swing that corridor, especially when there's like 3 players that are going to be maybe peeking you. Esker, surely, no, he can't capitalize. The Nitrocell misses as well. 2 whiffs from 2 really star players. Esker, though, will capitalize this time. Takes out Achieved. Advantage Parabellum. But this has been where they're falling in some of these rounds. Not able to close out. Sona gets 1, but here comes Geo on the Maestro to bring TSM back into this round once again. Gets help from Merc along with Charla. It's happening again, guys. TSM from a disadvantage are somehow going to find the round win. Geo, he's got 2 for the round. TSM closing out the half in style. Esker gets 1 back, but time is gone. And so is the round. TSM, 3 round wins in a row. Fortunately, through that hatch, and it will at least open up this room now for TSM to start to push through. One of the smoke babes is going to go out. Charla pushes in with the diffuser regardless, and it's just going to have to find an avenue of trying to get this plant down. They're getting kills, so that kill feed just literally goes from 0 to 100 instantly. Esker still available and alive and needs to go big. Never mind, he's lost his partner in crime in Sona. Charla goes off right now for TSM. Clean with their shots, clean with their execution, and now they've got match point against an informed Parabellum team. TSM just edging this match out round by round. They have been impressive.
4 games left to play today, and I'm going to just throw in too much of a problem for TSM Des at the minute, given that they've got another 3 in pocket, but it is still a very valuable thing to note, because if we do get into the late round and they are short of a C4, then again you start asking those questions.
May have just bailed on their top floor roam as well. Everyone downstairs, back on site. I tell you what, these pixel swings where you see for a split second they miss each other by the narrowest of margins makes you want to cry. You can see the yellow pings coming out though, as I imagine that's coming from the pulse from downstairs to let them know what's going on. And Merc trying to find a flank, steps up for a challenge and comes out the worst side. Why would you look away from the man when you know that Muzi was looking down Anti from the off? He gets pushed from another angle. Maybe expected that he pushed elsewhere, but he would be wrong. TSM bleeding out 3 members on the roam quite early here, and NIP are in the driving seat.
I can only assume Merc must have been aware of a push coming from yellow stairs as well, so felt he was pinched and had to challenge somewhere, but well played by NIP to create that situation to give Muzi such a freebie essentially. He wasn't even challenged on that one. Now Psycho, he's going to start pushing down towards site. NIP with a man advantage for, dare I say it, the first time today. Now that's a beautiful nade from Charla, just using the heartbeat scanner to see exactly when the man was over the top of that explosive and to detonate it perfectly. They're going to try and get the diffuser down here, Des, but they've got the heartbeat scanner underneath. They will be aware of his location. They're just going to ping it out, use the shotgun there. They've also got 1 nitro left from Achieved. There it comes, he opens up the floor, he has to move 3 seconds, and Psycho's going to try again, Des. He's going to try again, but here we go. That's the kill. Achieved with the double nitro. He just couldn't get the diffuser down, Des, and the important factor there that I want to point out was the earlier nitro kill was actually teamwork. It was the pulse scanner that scanned it out, but it was the mute nitro that was used to get the kill, allowing Achieved. Just got a little bit of a game of cat and mouse with 35 seconds left to go here, Des, but NIP not really in a position, I don't think, elsewhere to think about getting the diffuser down yet.
Saw him by a pixel, you saw he knows he's there. C4 comes singing out, it's going to connect and downs Kamikazes. He was stepping in, finished off by Merc as he steps off to the left to put a bullet to the brain. Charla out onto Muzi as well. Now it's starting to swing massively in TSM's favour. This is where it feels like they should be able to close things out. Merc with another great, not really a pre-fire, more of a step out onto Julio. Completes for the 3rd in the round. TSM looking convincing. NIP again, although that was better, still need to see more, and we can't keep on saying we need to see more when you're down 4 rounds.
Absolutely not. Muzi on 2 kills prior to that, to answer my earlier question, of course, before the rehost. He's managed to get himself a couple, but without having that dynamic.
And Makers will be taking it on right here against TSM. Looking at the social votes, the favor still seems to be towards TSM's side, but I'm pretty sure that has shrunk a little bit since they last met. And we're heading into Coastline.
But you've been able to buy yourself a bit of space. In fact, goes deep and goes even deeper. Drops the man on the double window. There's one just on the close left with the Chief picking the fight with the body that's slightly further away towards Aqua. But look at Geo planting just in the back of Aqua, in the back of Hookah even. They've been able to clear themselves that pocket of space. Achieved works wonders. on the upside down rappel, and that's the diffuser down inside Hookah. That's the cover coming through. That is a team entirely isolated and locked off, and now Gemini suddenly has to dig his way all the way back across. There it is, leaving just Gemini by himself. Another ping comes out. A very long couple of seconds as he waits to see if he can try to reconvene, but look at the body underneath where the diffuser is. Look at this upside down rappel all the way from deep, and look at a 4K for achieved. TSM take a round.
Yeah, as soon as that plant went down, or rather, as soon as Bolo was inside of sight, you know that round...
Not getting any real idea as to what's going on, and now they're here to give it all the beef on the big stage, because we've seen TSM being pretty vocal and saying, you know, at the end of the day, if we're cheering for each other, if we're celebrating everything we get right and getting in the other team's heads, it's only going to spur us on. And I guarantee you, Oxygen, Foxer, I'm looking at you and not going to sit down and take that one. I'm super excited to see how Yoga and Kino step up in this game as well, and the difference that the frag grenade operator, but alongside it, often bringing along things like the Maverick or the Iana. Yoga almost being caught by a C4, by the way. Did comment on C4's TSM's proficiency. There's too many short names in this goddamn game. TSM's proficiency with the C4s, and they've got 4 of them. 2 have now been used, and no one is dead. So it's not the end of the world. But equally, there are no Jaeger. There's no Jaeger. There's no Wamai. There's nothing on the side of TSM.
Before he was able to land his shot, and it did take a massive chunk of damage. Now Merc, he's been flirting with danger all the way through this round, playing underneath that skylight, but it's going to pay dividends, Des, as he finds an opener, taking Foxy out. Now Bolo joins the party with a headshot onto Kino as well, leaving us 5 versus 3, and TSM are looking strong on their first defense to begin with. Might not have had the immediate success with Nitros that we saw coming out of Oxygen, but they're proving that there is more than one way to get the job done here.
I think Kino's just asking for that when he's not the one swinging out for the occasional shot, hoping to catch someone, but Bolo is. 9 times out of 10, Bolo's going to find your head first in that instance, and such he does. 2 versus 5, and I think for Oxygen, this round you're probably already putting down the pan and thinking about next round, unless something big can come out of these smokes and the frag grenades that sit in the pockets of Laxing and a Vertical, respectively. 60 seconds or so to play, Ace. It's a lot to do, and a lot of people to be killing when they're the ones killing you first. Bolo putting Laxing down, but again, not really been able to do too much, I don't think, here. Loses out in the crossfire. Charla stepping out to collect that final kill. A comfortable round for TSM. Very
comfortable, and Oxygen are going to have to show us a little bit more of their defensive spirit on the attack here, because they didn't really find a way into that one. It's going to be round 8 now as we move through. 4-3 we find TSM in this battle of the North American teams, and let's not forget, let's just remind everybody of those stakes. The loser, he looks like Foxer on the sledge. If I had to guess from the silhouette, it certainly is. In goes the nade, and that's the challenge that we wanted, Des. I don't want TSM able to play for free up there.
No.
Kino, no, gets himself with the nade there. Must have just been overcooked or taken a bad bounce back towards him. Bolo finds the kill onto Foxer, and this is all falling apart for Oxygen, but Vertical, he manages to get in and get the Vertical kill onto Bolo. Achieved. He finds one. Vertical yet again trading out, but he can't do enough, Des. He can't do it all by himself. It's down to Yoga. 1 versus 3. He's got the diffuser in hand. He's got 40 seconds. Time is on his side.
1 versus 2 as well, because the other one went down in this case, so it's not impossible to do. But through that picture in the top left corner of your screen, you can see where the other two sit towards restaurant. He's going straight in for the plant, though. Do they know here? They are moving, they're mobilizing, they're stepping forwards. Got to know where they are. 1 out towards the left. What a flick! 1 more left. Can he see the head? Oh my god, he missed him by a fraction. Oh my god, it's turning into chaos, but Achieve wins it. TSM take round 13, but for Yoga, the almost clutch was there. What a moment that would have been for him.
He'll know how close he was, Des. He got a sniff of that last man, but he just couldn't find him. Well played from Achieved. He made himself difficult to nail down. He just moved one way, then the other, gave him the juke, gave him the sidestep, gave him the razzle-dazzle, Des, and he finds that final kill to close it out for TSM. 7-6. They've got themselves the advantage yet again. They've got another match point opportunity. Can
Sam, where they could get knocked out of the tournament. So this doesn't even guarantee safety towards that top 4.
As far as the map pool goes, and obviously what we've got in, they broke it apart a little bit on the desk. Oregon is a very good BDS map. It's not the most out there in terms of how you can stretch yourself as TSM to put pressure onto this map. It's not that it's an entire bastion for BDS, but if they come in with energy, they're usually very good at locking it off and keeping control. I think
Bolo not having it yet. Lamps still has a Claymore in hand. Coop decides to just put it down there as Lamps now goes up the stairs, loses the gunfight. Bolo with a double yet once again. Dispatches BDS in their attempt to try and clear them out of security. And TSM, that is a good man count lead now.
Hell of a game so far from Bolo, and he's still sort of looking for more. He's not resting. It's Gio, though, that gets Rafal, and this lockdown around the server side, around the bottom of White Stairs, has been phenomenal when it's been kicked into gear. The only time they've been able to slip past, well, was the split when they just dug themselves into sight here, and Shiro drops Bolo inside. Can't get the lock off him with still achieved just on the corner of the kitchen, waiting for this swing. Pre-fires, pops the angle. There's pressure from above as well. I said this was the resource they wanted to keep. And Achieved is cooking up a storm. Bride, in the meantime, has slipped his way up White, but he doesn't get any further. There's 3 flawless rounds in a row, 2 of them at TSM's favor, and a 4-2 demanding half on their defense on Oregon. We are waiting at this moment to see what gets brought over here from BDS, but the double stack on the tower, the pressure of the grenades round to the side of the back of E-Box and Shaiko, and there he goes. Gio digging deep and taking control of Elbow, taking control of Blue, drops the ADS, and it's the swing of Bolo down the core of Long, a triple fed to him by a team that did not expect it. Renshiro, he's got an important fight that he takes, gives him a little bit of the backline, but there is TSM taking control, sweeping aside the hold from before and setting themselves up 1 round away.